guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is a fun video because I am finally sitting down to film just an easy fall inspired makeup look. I'm using a few new products, new to the market and new to myself as well, but I picked up some new products from Ulta and I wanted to use them in this all drugstore makeup products fall inspired makeup look. So this is the look that we came up with and I really like it. It was actually really easy to do. I'll go over all the products with you and what I would recommend at the end of the video, but the star to this video are these e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. I picked these up and these were what inspired me to sit down and film this all drugstore makeup look because these were $3.99. There's 4 eyeshadows and they're so beautiful, like in the packaging, so you'll see them in action and you'll also hear my thoughts and review on them at the end as well. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned to the end. So without further ado, let's get into the look. So as always, I'm going to start off with my eyes because I get a little bit messy with my eyeshadows and it's just easier to clean up at the end if I do my eyes first. I'm just going to grab some clips so I can clip my hair back. And for the eyes, I'm going to use the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. I got the shade Pumpkin Spice, which is really pretty for fall. And I also got Cream and Sugar, which I feel like is the perfect everyday neutral palette. You can definitely do a daytime look with this one or a nighttime look. So I feel like with these two, I'll have a whole complete eye look. So to prime our eyes, I'm going to use the Milani eyeshadow primer. I've used this tons of times on my channel. I think it's a really great, affordable drugstore eye primer. So we're going to start off with Cream and Sugar because I'm going to use this kind of pinky base skin tone color as an all over wash of color. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna take this on a big brush and go in with this color. I'm gonna pat this all over my eye and also right up to my brow bone. I don't think these have shade names like for the individual shadows. So I'm gonna go in with the Pumpkin and Spice palette. Is that what it's called? Pumpkin Pie, wow. Pregnancy brain, I can't remember anything I've just read. I'm gonna take the first matte color in the palette. I'm gonna take the shade and put it all over my lid as an all over base color because I really want this to be like a fun fall pumpkin pie inspired makeup look. I'm gonna take a fluffy blending brush going in with the same shade. Actually just buff this out a little bit better into my crease area. So I'm gonna take a denser blending brush and go in with this like kind of cool tone brown right here in the same pumpkin pie palette, and I'm going to start deepening the outer crease with this color. There's not much fallout with this eyeshadow formula, which is really nice. So if you're someone who likes to do their foundation before their eyes, I feel like this is a great palette for you. It won't be too messy and there's honestly not much fallout underneath, which is pretty impressive. With the same brush, I'm going to go in with the darkest shade from the Cream and Sugar palette. And again, I'm just going to continue deepening out that outer V and making everything look really smoky and just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with that first shade from the Pumpkin Pie palette again and just blend out the darker shades that we just laid down because I do want the warmth of this shade to kind of peek out from underneath. So there are 2 matte shades and 2 shimmery shades in each palette. I think I'm going to go in with this second shimmery shade right here from the Pumpkin Pie palette, and I'm just going to put this right on my lid and kind of blend it to the outer crease color. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. There's no product on this, and I'm just going to blend this right on top of my crease so that everything is kind of blended up to the brow bone. Again, you don't want any harsh edges or harsh lines. You really want all the colors to just flow to the next color. So I'm just going to take a smaller angle brush and going in with this really pretty shimmery color from the Cream and Sugar palette and see how this goes to highlight our inner corner. I feel like I'm not applying that much pressure. Applying really easily. I feel like this is a little bit too white for the inner corner. With this eye look, it's a little bit too silvery, but we'll make this work for now. So I actually am going to do a winged liner because I want to use some lashes today. So I'm going to use my favorite eyeliner from the drugstore. This is Physicians Formula. Eye Booster 2-in-1 Boosting Eyeliner and Serum, and I have it in the shade Ultra Black. I haven't done liquid liner or a winged liner in forever, so that went pretty smooth. The hard part is getting the other eye to match, obviously. This is the Pixie Eye Define Waterline eyeliner in the shade Tight Line Black. I feel like adding a liner to your waterline makes such a difference. It just fills in any gaps and makes your wing look even sharper and more defined. So before I do my lashes, I do want to highlight my brow bone. I'm just going to take that first shade that we use in the Cream and Sugar palette and kind of just dust this right underneath my brow bone. I have to say, I love these eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. They were so easy to blend and really pigmented and just made it a breeze to throw a whole eye look together. So I'm just going to use the Kiss True Volume lashes in the style Ritzy. These are literally one of my favorite drugstore lashes. I love the style, I love the fit of them. They're really, really lightweight and it just goes on super easy. So the lashes are on. I actually really miss wearing falsies. They just open up your eyes. I'm gonna apply a light layer of mascara just to blend my natural lashes to the falsies. And this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. So we're gonna move on to the face for now, and I'll go back and finish up with the bottom lash line after I apply foundation and concealer. So I'm really excited to apply my base product because I do have a few different new products that I picked up. But first I'm just gonna prime but also moisturize my face. This is not new to me or to the market. This is the Physicians Formula Rosé All Day Oil-Free Serum. This brightens and tightens. I actually really love this for a glowy like serum slash primer. It smells amazing. It smells like roses. So if you're not a fan of roses, I would kind of skip this, but I love it. And it just gives your skin such a beautiful like opalescent pearly glow to it. But once you apply foundation and all your base product, it doesn't look like this glow. I also picked up the Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water. This is supposed to prep, set, and refresh. So I'm just gonna spray this on my face and see how it goes. It does smell florally, but it doesn't smell as florally or as rosy as the Physicians Formula serum, but it does feel really nice. It has a really nice fine mist. There's not like giant, you know, spray bubbles on my face. So while this dries, this is the foundation that I'm gonna use. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation, and I picked mine up in the shade. It does has SPF of 25, which I didn't know, which is really nice. And this is in golden beige. This isn't drugstore, but I'm kind of excited to use it. This is the IT Cosmetics Lovesty Foundation Brush for 2020. I know the proceeds go to breast cancer and I wanted to support it, but this just looked really pretty. Everyone on YouTube raves about it, and I could literally get so distracted from this. But if you don't know, this comes out every year in October. It's like limited edition. It gets sold out really quickly. I washed mine yesterday, so it's still a little bit wet. So I'm just gonna dry it off on my towel. But yeah, it's heart-shaped. They have one that is star-shaped as well, but I feel like the star shape would be really awkward to apply foundation with. And this year they came out with the rounded edges again, because I know last year people were furious that it was a flat top heart-shaped brush. So this foundation does have a pump, which is nice. I gave it a good shake. So let's see. Oh, it's like super thin and liquidy. Just gonna dip my brush into it. This brush is funny, I hear water swishing back and forth when you move it. Okay, so hopefully this is a good shade match. It smells like perfume, like not old lady perfume, but what you smell in like the department stores when they ask you if you want a sample. I don't know if people who are sensitive to scents like that is gonna be, oh, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna like it if you're sensitive to scents. I feel like I used most of it already because it is a thinner formula. And this foundation brush is amazing. I think right now it's already sold out. It's so crazy how like hyped up this brush is and how fast it sells out once it's released. Like it got released in like the middle of September, I think. That's when I picked it up. And it's just now October 2nd and it's sold out already. So I don't know if they're gonna be restocking, but it feels amazing on the skin. It blends in the foundation really nice. There are no streak marks. This foundation literally feels like you're putting on like a moisturizer. It's even thinner than my tinted moisturizers that I use. So this is obviously one side of my face with the foundation, a very thin layer of it. And this is obviously the other half that has no foundation on it. I think the coverage is really, really beautiful. It's much more matte than I thought. I thought being a more thin liquid type of foundation, and it's called Fresh Wear, I thought it'd be a little bit more dewy or at least more satin, but it's pretty matte. Like there's not much sheen when I move my face. So I think I'm just gonna do one layer for now and then go back and see how it looks with if we need more coverage, but I'm gonna apply it to the other side now. And I don't know if it's the brush or the foundation, but this has been really enjoyable to apply to my face. Now that I'm looking closer at my face, it's catching on to every dry patch and it's looking really bothersome. Like it's not good at all. Like on my cheeks, it looks beautiful from afar, and on my cheeks as well, it covers nicely. But around my nose area, it's like a hot mess. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it from there. And even in between my eyebrows, it's really, really drying and catches on to every dry spot that I have. Like it's not settling into my pores nicely at all, which is weird because on my cheeks, it looks really nice. Oh geez, like around the crease of my nose, it's disgusting. I don't want to take it all off, but this foundation is not great for those who have like drier skin or dry patches. You really want to moisturize with a heavy duty moisturizer and moisturizing primer, and I don't know if even that'll help. But it's weird, like everywhere else looks really, really pretty. It's just my nose area. I don't know. I think we're just gonna leave it for now. So for concealer, this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. I feel like I'm wiping away the foundation when I blend out my concealer. Like you see the redness peeking through again, which is so weird because I know this concealer is pretty full, or at least medium coverage. Maybe if I just pat it in as opposed to blend it. Yeah, you definitely can't blend or build any product up with this foundation, otherwise the product just blends away. I love this brush. Like this by far has been my favorite part of my foundation application today. It's so soft and so bouncy, and the shape, oddly enough, really works to get in all the grooves and all the lines and contours of your face. So I'm gonna set my face before my concealer creases. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Translucent, and this is the matte and poreless. This is one of my favorite drugstore powders. For bronzer, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. I love this bronzer, and I'm just gonna take it on a fluffier brush. I love this bronzer. It's like so therapeutic applying it. It's just so pretty and soft and blendable. And it just looks really natural on the skin. So that is bronzer. For blush, I'm actually gonna use something a little bit different than the normal Flower Beauty blush. This is from Kokie. This is their Blush Up blush palette in the shade Blushing. It has three really like gorgeous matte blushes in it. You can mix them to get your own custom shade. So I'm gonna mix this kind of peachier shade with this mauve shade. Just kind of mix them together and apply this to my cheeks. I actually really love this blush palette and this formula from Kokie. They sent me a few of these palettes, but this is like my favorite shade of blushes to use because they're all matte and they're peachy, and you get this really pretty rosy color in there too. Okay, and for highlight, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. This is like such an oldie, but such a classic. Like, you really can't have a drugstore highlighter if you don't have this in your collection. I'm actually gonna take this and apply it in the inner corner. I feel like this will tie in nicely with the eye look that we're going for. And it's so intense, it's crazy. Okay, to finish up with the eyes, I'm gonna take the like shimmery pumpkin color and I'm gonna apply this all underneath my lash line. And I'm bringing it down a little bit further than I normally do because I want this to look really, really smoky. With the same brush, I'm gonna go in with the dark shade from the Pumpkin Pie palette and apply this to the outer corner. Like, these two shades alone makes a really pretty eye look. And to finish it off, I'm gonna take the darkest shade from the Cream and Sugar palette and apply this strictly to the outer corner. And kind of just blending it to meet the top. And again, with that fluffy brush with no product on it, I'm gonna use it to blend everything out so that it kind of just looks smoky and blended. But I'm gonna take the same Pixie Black liner and apply this to my lower lash line as well. And try not to poke my eye out. So before I apply my lip color, I'm gonna put on some setting spray to melt everything together. This, of course, is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. These are the new Maybelline Lifter Gloss with Hyaluronic Acid. They have been everywhere on social media and it just really intrigued me. So I picked up the shade Reef and Stone. So Reef is more pinky and Stone is more like brown. It kind of matches my shirt actually. So I actually might see what Stone looks like. It's usually not a shade that I would pick. I'm usually not a brown tone lip girl. I usually like or gravitate towards peachy colors or pinky colors, but this just looks really pretty and different. So let's see how this applies. It's a huge doe foot applicator. It smells like a coffee candy. Oh, that's good. It's pretty pigmented for being a gloss. Again, I have nothing underneath besides lip balm. Feels incredible on the lips. Oh my god, this like scent is gonna drive me crazy. It's so yummy. The color is really pretty. It's brown, but it's more sheer, so it still looks a little nudie. It feels so good on the lips. Like, I could do this all day long. Oh my god, it's so lightweight. It's not sticky. I am in love. Who knew a brownie shade would work on me? This is really pretty, and I feel like it ties the whole look together. With the eyes being so heavy, you don't want the lips to kind of be heavy as well and clash with the eye look. So I feel like this is a perfect balance between the eyes and the lips. And with that, guys, that is the finished look. Actually, I'm so happy with this look. It's so pretty and fall inspired, and it was so easy. I mean, it might have taken me like an hour because I haven't played with makeup in a while. So let's just quickly recap everything that we've used. I'll let you know what I would recommend and what I would say skip on. First off, these e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. I'm definitely gonna be picking up the more colorful, vibrant, fun shades because these were so easy to use. And honestly, if I'm going on a weekend trip or even like a 10-day trip, 2-week trip, I would literally just bring these two tiny little palettes. They're so compact, so small and skinny. They'd fit into like any little purse or carry-on or makeup bag that you have, and you have a whole eye look. You can go for a daytime look, a smoky look, you can combine them and create what I did. They're so easy, really blendable, so pigmented, and just really creamy to use. I love the shimmers in here, and the mattes are so easy to use as well. I feel like mattes can be a little bit tricky when it comes to formula. If they're bad, it's like really bad and you can't work with it at all. But in these palettes, they're amazing. This primer water, I mean, it felt nice going on. This is literally the first time I'm wearing it, so I can't really tell you how long it lasts or how well it wears throughout the day. But so far, I like it. I would highly recommend this Rosé All Day Serum from Physicians Formula. I think the most surprising product that I love most of all is this lip gloss, and mainly it's because of the shade. It's right now, just talking, it's not gooping between my lips. There's no like weird gloss line, and it just feels really comfortable. It feels like I just have a light lip balm on and not like a gloss, but it still feels really moisturizing and hydrating. it feels so nice, and this shade in Stone is really pretty. I just realized I picked the two creamy shades. I know they do have other shades with a little bit more glitter and a little bit more shimmery shades, but these two are like a more, not matte, but more creamy, like standalone shades. Again, this isn't new to me, but if you haven't picked it up already, I would highly recommend these blushes. They apply really nicely. They actually wear pretty well. I've worn them before all day and it stayed on, and it just looks really natural, blends really well on the skin, so I love that. And I think this was like $5 or $6 at the drugstore. They sent it to me, so I really don't know how much it is, but I feel like Kokie prices are very reasonable. Gosh, this foundation right now, it looks really nice. And I think it's because we've set it, we've put setting powder on and setting spray on, but even now up close, it just looks really dry, especially around my mouth and my nose area between my eyebrows. Like, it's not a cute situation up close. I think on camera with the lights and afar, it looks really pretty, but I just don't think it's great if you have drier skin. If you want to try it and you have drier skin, I would highly recommend a good moisturizer and moisturizing primer. Like, really load up your skin with some good hydration before you apply this. I think that was everything that I wanted to kind of review and go over with you guys. If you have any other questions about any of the products that I used, or that I didn't mention, let me know down in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. It's been a while since I really sat down and filmed a makeup tutorial, and I actually really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna do it again soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.